Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keene from God TV Radio. Make sure you check out my gaming channel, Games You Love. And when you get an opportunity, check out my new YouTube channel called Movies You Love, where I do movie reviews. I talk about upcoming movies, as well as movies I've watched in the past. And this can go as far back as the 70s, 50s, 60s, whatever, since the TV was invented. Today, I'm going to talk with PaulsEgo, and I'd also like to ask some questions to the Amazing Atheist. This is going to be more of a serious type of video than the usual pointing out stupid shit that they've done kind of thing. This is pretty much me asking them why they make the kind of accusations that they make towards me and their version of resolution or resolving. Paul, you and we talked for many hours on Skype, and yes, I recorded you because I did not trust you. I normally will not record someone unless I think that they're trying to do me wrong or put me in a bad situation. And I think that that's the type of person that you are. When I recorded you, you stated that you actually liked me, that you actually enjoyed some of my content, that you especially enjoyed my video game channel. You were nothing but respectful and decent to me, but then whenever you went on the Drunken Peasants, you made a lot of accusations. You said a lot of really disgusting things, and of course the Amazing Atheist, his brother, and Ben, they all went along with it. Let me give you an example of some of these accusations and why it is that they don't make any sense whatsoever. However, you did admit, before I get into this and give examples, that in Skype you told me you do this for entertainment, which I don't understand why you would find any of the things you accused me of this funny, logical, or rational, and why it is you think that it would make the atheist community in any way look good. 1. You and TJ have accused me of domestic violence. You've accused me of doing horrible things to my wife. Yet atheists come over to the YouTube channel and they refer to my wife as a whore. Some of them have even tried to add her on Facebook and tell her that she should leave me and that they could fuck her better. If you guys actually believed that I was doing horrible things to my wife, then why would you call her a whore? Why would you call her a beast or ugly and all this other bullshit for it? If you really felt sorry for her and was worried that she was in some kind of danger, then why would you make video every single week talking shit about her as well as our children? The Amazing Atheist, he made the accusation that I indoctrinate my child into Christianity. My son is not a Christian. He believes that it's possible there could be something out there, but he's more of what would be referred to as an agnostic. But every day, whenever he sees the kind of behavior that is perpetuated towards his father, as well as the kind of nasty things that are said about his mother, and it just so happens to be atheists doing that, what do you think that it does? What do you think that people think whenever they see that kind of stuff, especially young people? I find it odd that you make it sound like I'm an abusive husband and an abusive father, yet you guys encourage your audience to go over to Games You Love while my young son is actually playing video games, and you call him a nigger, you call him a faggot, you call him a piece of shit, simply because you have issue with me. You have decided that you want to go beyond me and attack everybody that I love. My brother, he has a channel where he doesn't even talk. He just plays guitar. That's all he does. That's his dream. He wants to make it big in the music business, and he goes around and he does shows and he records albums. But because you don't like me, you have sent your audience over to his channel, where they're constantly insulting him and making fun of the way he looks and all this. The point is that if you actually believe that I'm this monster and I'm this horrible guy, and I'm doing all this shit to my kids and my wife and my family, then why wouldn't you just call the police? Why accuse someone of such things as plagiarism when you could easily just contact the authorities or the law and do something about it? Because you do it for views. You do it for money. You're willing to manipulate your audience. You're willing to lie. You know that the people who watch you are stupid and have an IQ lower than 5. You know that these people are angry and they watch you simply because they themselves enjoy doing drugs and endorsing alcohol, which is why you call yourself the drunken peasants. And you do this shit to people nonstop. And the sad thing is, a lot of them don't care. Do you know how many people have sat here and called my phone now and called me every name in the book while also referring to the drunken peasants? Almost every single one of the calls, they say that they're fans of the drunken peasants. They refer to me as homophobic names. They refer to me as racist names such as nigger. And you guys don't care. You even called me on the phone, PaulsEgo, and you told TJ, hey TJ, let Brett Keane know that you're here. Call him a nigger or something. So TJ gets up on the phone and he says, your God is a nigger. And I really don't get it. You know what the most disturbing thing is? I know and I understand that people like you out there exist. Racist, homophobic, hateful pieces of shit. But you claim because you're bisexual that it's okay to talk to people like that and act like that. You claim it's entertainment and it's a matter of comedy. However, if someone were more popular than you came along and they dissed on your family every single day and dissed on you, you would simply lose your fucking shit. If any one of these little punks who sit there and watch your YouTube channel, who make these shitty harassing calls, did that shit, or had that done to you, you know damn well it wouldn't be like this. You wouldn't behave this way. Your feelings would be hurt, you'd be pissed off, and mommy and daddy would probably end up wanting to call the police and do something about it. The fact is that Paul, one of the most disturbing things about you as well is you sit here and you made a video a while back talking about how whenever you were growing up you used to bully kids. You mentioned one by name, Patrick, and about how miserable it made you to make someone feel like shit. And you didn't even understand why it is that you treated someone like that. You know that you hurt someone so bad that they got to the point where they wanted to commit suicide. I got it over on my other channel for people to listen to if they want to. I also uploaded it to SoundCloud so people could see that. You also say at the end of the video that you would never do that to someone again, that you would never attack some innocent child and continue to abuse and harass them. Yet every day you encourage an audience to go to my son and do that to him. You encourage your audience to come over and make fun of my daughter. You encourage your audience to sit there and talk shit about my wife, insult the way she looks, insult who she is as a person. When my wife has done nothing but given you respect and treated you nice, Paul, when we talk to you. Paul, do you remember whenever you were having your health issues? You remember when you had your back injury and your side was hurting? You remember how my wife offered all kinds of suggestions and advice to you on Skype? You remember that? All that's recorded. All of it's recorded where me and my wife were nothing but cool to you. But then when you get online, you do that. And the only thing I can think of is that you're a sheep. You do it for money and you do it for some kind of glory and fame. Don't you realize, you and TJ, you're both going to probably end up dying from eating terribly. You're probably going to end up dying slowly and horribly from a heart attack because of all the drugs, all the booze. You're going to probably end up getting your kidneys completely rotted out. Your life will be over. And is this really what you want to be known for? The idiots who do alcohol and drugs and harass the shit out of people all over the internet? One last thing before I end this video. You've had me on Skype. You got me on Twitter. You've had many, many opportunities to just simply talk shit out with me and work things out. But you won't, because you actually think that there's money in it. I got you both recorded admitting that you do this. And you don't understand why it is some of you out there actually claim, don't you get it, they're just being funny? What kind of man would I be if I were to sit here and take that kind of abuse? What kind of man would I be if I let somebody sit there and take a shit on my wife and kids over and over and just said, oh yeah, that's cool, let's hang out together and drink a beer and fucking, you know, shoot the shit on the drunken peasants? I know that a lot of these people out here, they idolize TJ, and some of you out there have even stated when talking to me on Skype that if you could be on the drunken peasants, you think it's lucky. that you'd even be willing to take it in the ass and blow him in order to get on it. What a pathetic person, so low of self-esteem. You'd be willing to pretty much be a complete and utter garbage, used as a toilet, just so you can be famous, just for a moment. Now do you understand why I don't respect either one of you guys? I just don't. And I don't think I ever can. I don't think I'll ever understand your brand of humor or sickness. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. You've been listening to Brett Keane from God TV Radio.